Wave here, coming at you from Prog once again. And today I got another no BS reaction. It's time once again for me to expand my boundaries a little bit, and hopefully I'm going to be helping you expand yours a bit too. If not, either way, thanks for joining me. Appreciate your time. So today I'm going to be giving a listen to a band that was suggested to me a while back by one of the viewers out there, and I wish I remember who it was. I'm really sorry. I screwed up. I failed to write it down, take note, so please forgive me. I was not very good at doing that very early on, and I've gotten much better at it, fortunately, since then, because I realized I would be saying stupid things like this. So, hey, whoever suggested it, feel free to drop something in the comments and claim it. Let me know. Sorry for being an idiot. Anyway, the band is called Bent Knee, and they are described as an American avant-garde rock or progressive rock band. They have myriad influences. In fact, part of their description reminds me a lot of Cardiacs, who, if you've been following along in my adventures, you know I've been learning about them a good bit for a while now. So these guys also have some impressive prog rock cred as well. They're on Inside Out Records, which is home to about 80% of the prog bands out there. They've toured with some of my favorites like Haken and Thank You Scientist and Mike Keneally, so they are very much considered to be in that prog camp, or at the very least, they are stretching the boundaries of rock and doing things with it that are not usual. And to me, that always means progressive, even if you might put a different label on it. Stretching the boundaries, doing something different, mixing genres and influences, that's progressive in my world. So the song today we're doing is called Terror Bird, and it comes from their 2017 album Land Animal. And it actually makes this one of the more recent songs I've done, except for brand new stuff. But either way, I am really curious to check these guys out. And before I do that, just a quick reminder or two. If you'd be so kind, please do the like and subscribe thing. Really helps the channel out. If you're a social media type and you want to follow me there, my links are below. You can also find the link to look up my all progressive rock station on Live 365, and that's called The Expanse. Or just go to Live 365 and search The Expanse. Easy peasy to find. I think you'll enjoy it. All prog rock all the time, and Sundays are dedicated strictly to 60s and 70s roots of prog rock. It's called the Brain Salad Sunday. It's a great thing. It's actually pretty chill. It's pretty relaxing. Gets rid of all that metal stuff that gets in during the rest of the week. So it's kind of nice for a Sunday. Anyway, meanwhile, here we go with Bent Knee, Terror Bird. Buckle up. Gonna pause that there. One, because it doesn't look like it's a traditional breakdown of a song. That's the word I'm looking for. A lot of them A, B, C, A, B. It's not the typical composition. It's structure. There's the word. So it's not the typical structure I can see from the way the lyrics are arranged. And here we went through what appears, in my view, to have been two sections of verse. Then we had this grand crescendo, and it looked like there was maybe going to be a chorus after that, but that didn't happen. So they're tricky. They are playing with expectations a little bit, and they are doing this in a manner that is unusual, which is cool because it's very intriguing to me. Honestly, I'm having trouble picking up on the time signature on this right now. So I can't tell if it's something unusual or something just deceptively simple. It could very well be a 4/4, but it's just my counting was off. Something was wrong there. I'm not sure. A lot of syncopation going on here, and the drum work is simple, but it is again sort of deceptively simple. I don't think it's nearly as simple as it seems, or at the very least, it's throwing me off just a little bit. It's just I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. Never said I was a good drummer, so just trying to figure that out. But I like the arrangement. Again, it's sparse. It's not overly complex in the sense of throwing things at you, but there's this orchestration that creates tension in the way it's presented. These unresolved chords, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. That gives you this sense of suspension that generates what I would call tension. And I'm not rhyming on purpose, trust me. So, and then I like this crescendo where we amp things up, and it gets almost like a little bit of a metal feel for it. Not quite tipping fully over there, but really on the edge. And I like that sudden shift in tone and tempo that occurred in that midsection there. So I expect there'll probably be more of that. I'm expecting they will do more of the unexpected as this song moves along here. So let's move forward with that again. I'm going to back it up slightly a little there. They're having dinner. I don't know. It's a tense dinner party. Whatever. I like that. Okay. I really actually enjoyed that quite a bit. That definitely did the unexpected throughout. I'm glad we did get back to that crescendo, as I'm calling it, because I'm lacking a better term at the moment. The harder edged section in between the rest. So again, that rhythmic complexity was enough that it was throwing me off. At one point in time, I got there. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3, 4. But what I'd say is what's happening with the drums is not a simplistic, straightforward 3, 4. It might be doing that, but somewhere along the line, the main beats are syncopated or off kilter enough to just not let just wouldn't let me settle in there and get comfortable figuring out what I was hearing. So I like it. I enjoy it. I love syncopation. If you've seen me talk with some of this stuff before, I love syncopated rhythms, syncopated riffing, all that kind of stuff. I like that offbeat, the downbeat hits much more so than the straightforward stuff. That's why one reason why disco never appealed to me, because it was too simplistic and uninteresting, and I'm not a dancer, so what's there for me? Actually, there's a lot of things there for me depending on the disco song, but can't say I'm a huge fan. Let's be honest about that. Meanwhile, this song is playing a lot with, I think, the idea of somebody who is emotionally isolated, emotionally and mentally isolated. As I remember sitting there thinking, watching at some point, I'm like, she's not doing well, because I started paying a little more attention to the video and less attention to the lyrics. So the idea of social, emotional isolation, how that wears on the psyche and on the mind. At one point in time, even though she is at a table with three other people, interesting to note, one, first and foremost, she's isolated. She's wearing white. They're all wearing black, or at least a very dark gray. That to me was symbolic. Two, next thing you know, they're gone. She's still there by herself. And it's almost like suddenly she goes from, hey, I got people here that I'm not really interacting with and who are separate from me in a couple of ways and pay attention to one another, to actually I'm here all alone. And it gets, again, kind of weird. There's definitely a little bit of a mental health angle to this thing, best I can say. Mental illness probably is a better way of saying it. So it's really cool. And I think the ups and downs, the tonal and tempo changes in the song represent that as well. The quiet parts, whereas filled with tension and anxiety, to exploding, which is not actually an uncommon thing to do. When people are experiencing a lot of anxiety and frustration, they may generate it inwardly as anxiety at one point in time, but at another point, it's going to explode outward. And I do believe that's what they were representing there. And somebody, maybe in some ways, a portrait of somebody that's really on the edge. So really a song with a lot to look at and a lot to think about in the terms of the composition and the arrangement and the rhythms and the lyrical content. Really a very cool and a very interesting song. So they absolutely, I can see where they fit in the prog world, though not what one would call something that fits easily into what we normally consider as prog. So much of early prog and neo-prog is influenced by English folk and classical and that blending with rock, whereas there's a lot of 70s American rock has a bit of that, but a bit of a blues rock backbone to it at the same time, if you think of things like Kansas. And then later, as this stuff builds, we're blending in Pink Floyd influences. Next thing, we're building in Rush influences. And then there's metal and all that. That stuff with the virtuosic instrumentation and the long passages that are instrumental and the long compositional forms and maybe the long storytelling, that's not here. No, I don't know how this song fits in with the rest of the album, but it's only a 4-minute song. Like, that's pop song length. So this is maybe, is it more of a prog pop? Is it more of an avant-garde rock? Could be either or, but they definitely have in their depth of lyrical content and the, again, sort of subtle and restrained complexity and the arrangement of the music, definitely all of those are progressive elements in a song that doesn't fit easily in a mold, which in my mind is cool. Why sound like everybody else? Why sound like your influences instead of taking those influences and blending them into something that's unique And there's few things in this world I love more than a unique voice. And I don't necessarily mean singing voice, but rather their artistic voice. And we'll see her singing. I can imagine for some people might fall into a love-hate thing. I think she's got a great and wonderful voice. It's more her singing style and the choices in terms of the vocal composition there could throw people off. I dug it. And I'm a big fan of like Kate Bush and Tori Amos and really a lot of female singers, but I like the fact that she took things in somewhat unusual directions, and I think, again, fitting in with the thematic focus of the song, it fit. Absolutely fit, but great voice. Absolutely great voice. It's a really cool tune. As you can tell, I'm jazzed. I'm digging this, so I am looking forward absolutely to exploring more of Bent Knee. So maybe I'll go back to the beginning with them a little bit and then come back, because this was their next to most recent album, I think. Let me look here. Gonna cheat and look at the Wikipedia. No, 2 albums back. So 2017. Their last one was 2021. Hopefully there's something new coming soon. We shall see. Either way, that's it. So obviously I'm enjoying Bent Knee, Terror Bird. Curious about your thoughts. What did you think? Am I off? Am I off base on my read of the song? Somebody out there help me figure out the damn time signature and what was going on, because it was totally screwing me up in a good way. What are the thoughts? Other suggestions for songs to pursue or peruse, whatever you want to do with Bent Knee? I'd be very open to that. Whatever you want to tell me. All your comments are welcome. Appreciate it. I'd like to enjoy the conversation. And that's all I've got for now. Thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate your time. All I can say is, remember, never fear to deviate from the norm, like these guys. Keep it proggy. And this is Super Dave, signing off.